This true story is about a man who was a specialist Navy diver. One day he went on a diving trip in the ocean. After dressing him in a diving suit, when he was put into the water, the companions who had come to drop him left because the man had said that he would stay there till evening, but you all should come to pick him up before it gets dark. But when it was evening, the people who had gone to pick him up found that he was not there. He had disappeared somewhere in the ocean. The story starts in the country New Zealand. The time is February 6, 1926. There's an island on the west side of the country New Zealand where a man named Robert is present at this time. Actually, he was in the Navy for the last 20 years. That is why he was fond of going on driving trips. Today he has reached this island to go on this trip. Before leaving in the morning, he told his wife that it would take him till evening to return, so if he is late, don't worry. But his wife did not want him to go diving at all because many people had gone diving before this too but disappeared in the middle of the sea and no one has found them till now, and Robert said that he has worked in the sea for 20 years, so there is no need to worry, he will return by evening. Failai came out of the room early in the morning, took the cycle and went to the base where he would have to get all the things for diving, which would include suit and oxygen cylinder. Robert's friends had also come for the diving trip and today they are not going on this trip, but they will go with him to the beach. Finally, after keeping all the stuff in the boat, the journey started. During diving, they would take special care not to go too far from the seashore because at that time storms etc. used to come often. In such a situation, even though they were provided with all the safety measures, it was not possible to say when problems would arise. That is why they will take care of all these things. After about half an hour, they finally reached the location which is the best place for diving. Also, that area was such where fishes are not found. For more people had come here with Robert whose main purpose is to go into the depths of the sea and find some things which were very expensive in the market. To reach the depths of the sea, the help of a sea chain was taken which was there since a long time. All of them reached the depths of the sea with its help. The other 4 people along with Robert also dived for about 20 minutes. In all these things, it was afternoon time at this time, it was 4 in the evening. In the past 3 to 4 hours, they had obtained many things, in which there were many sea creatures which were often found on the sea floor. They had collected as much fish and other things from everyone as they could. These 5 people had achieved everything in the first dive itself, and Robert wanted that there is still time so we should dive again. The rest of the people were not ready for this work, but after a lot of persuasion they finally agreed. When they dived again, this time also they found many sea creatures which had a good price in the market. On diving for the second time, they found many sea creatures which were more than the first time. Seeing this, Robert gradually got greedy and at the same time he saw something in front of him. He wanted to catch it but he started running away but he could not follow it. He went far away from there as if something like a ghost was coming towards him inside the water. And whatever it was, he could not see it in front of the water. The next moment he got absorbed in it. Robert tried to escape from it, which he tried for a long time. He remained entangled for a long time trying to get out. This continued for 2 to 3 minutes. But when he could not get out of that entanglement despite trying, he started coming out in an emergency situation. Luckily he came out somehow, but when he came out, he saw that he was about 100 meters away from his boat at this time. It would get dark after some time. So without delaying, he started swimming towards the boat. He tried for some time to reach the boat, but the boat was still far away. He started thinking that those people might leave him, so he shouted loudly, but his voice did not reach the board. His companions present on the boat waited for about 2 hours for him to come out. At that time, there were some people among them who dived risking their lives to know the truth, but after going down they did not get any food, so now they have not stayed here for any longer. Because they knew very well that if there was any more delay, it would be dark by the time they reached the shore. In this way, after 2 hours, everyone left after finding Robert there, but before leaving, they informed the Coast Guard about his disappearance. As soon as the boat left, the Coast Guard's boat came and looked around the area with binoculars, but Robert was so lucky that the Coast Guard did not go to the place where he was present at that time. So as soon as the sun set, the Coast Guards also returned. In this way, it had been 5 hours since Robert was stranded in the water. After 5 hours, a single-engine plane was seen going in the same sky. He thought that maybe it was the Coast Guard's team, but this was not true. Despite this, he pointed towards the plane. But the plane was so high that the pilot could not see it. By evening, the waves of the sea had become strong. Due to this, he was continuously going away from the island in the flow of the waves. Robert started getting worried seeing the sun setting in front of his eyes. Because till now he was thinking that maybe the Coast Guards would catch him, but as soon as it became dark, he accepted it. Today it is impossible for him to get out of here. No one would come to look for him in the darkness of the night. He was on the side of the island the whole time. He was just hoping that someone would come to save him. He kept looking like this, but no one came. On the other hand, some Coast Guards went to Robert's wife and informed her about his disappearance, that he had gone down for diving but did not come up. A team was also sent again to find Robert, but where did he go? We could not find him. Hearing this, his wife got very upset and started thinking that I was forbidding him in the morning itself not to go, but he did not listen to us. This way it became dark. Robert is wandering like this in the dark night and the sea. In the last few hours, Robert had gone even further away from the island. He had also tried to go to the shore himself. But the waves of water were contrary to this and were taking him away from the island every second. At the same time, he saw some movement in his back. Actually, when he had dived, he had caught many sea creatures, one of which was still in his bag. In the beginning, he got scared due to the movement in the bag. But when he paid attention, he found out that there was one in it which he had caught at the last time during the dive. Somehow the night passed and morning came. That means, by now he had been in the water for full 18 hours, somehow he is still surviving. He is hoping that the rescue team will somehow find him. In the morning, he came to know that from where he had started diving, in these last 18 hours, he had gone about 16 kilometers away, means so far. It would not be easy to swim to the shore. When he opened the bike again at around 10 in the morning, he found out that the animal kept inside was still alive. He was surprised to see this because it was surprising that the creatures that usually live on the seafloor were still alive even after coming out of the seafloor, but he did not do anything with it. He decided to keep it with himself because he knew that if he remained trapped here for a longer time, he could survive by eating it. The afternoon of the second day was also about to arrive. By now he had been in the water for a full 28 hours. His hands and feet had become numb due to staying in water for these 28 hours. When he removed the glove of one hand, he found out that the skin of the hand had become loose and infected. As New Zealand is in the cold area of the earth, the temperature of the water was also very low. The fingers had become infected with bacteria in such a way that the nail of one finger was lost. It had just been 28 hours. Seeing his condition like this in such a short time, it seemed as if he was constantly moving towards death. In the evening when he started feeling hungry, he started eating an animal. But it was not easy to do so. But he was doing whatever he could to survive, but he still kept that animal safely in the back. After some time when he felt hungry again, he started eating that too. Till now he ate all the animals. By evening he had gone about 20 kilometers away from the dive point. He had satiated his hunger with all these things but could not find fresh water to drink. Anyway, he cannot drink the salty water of the sea. So he did not drink water and kept hoping that it would rain because it often rains on the nearby islands, and as he had thought. After the next 1 or 2 hours, the same thing happened, it started raining lightly. He tried to drink fresh water from the rain, but there was no one to collect this fresh water, but still he managed to drink a lot while the rain kept on. Now it was also time for the sun to set, which means he had been stranded in this sea for a full 36 hours. Even in the evening, when his wife did not get any good news about Robert, she came to the seashore at sunset from where Robert had left the boat. She stayed on the seashore for the next several hours in the hope that she would see Robert somewhere, and she did not know that he was more than 20 kilometers away from here in the sea. By now the Coast Guards had also closed it, because they thought that maybe he drowned in the water, but when the driver went inside to search for him, he was declared missing when his dead body was not found. The second night was about to come. Robert is still trapped in the middle of the water. Neither could he reach the shore by swimming himself, nor was the rescue team going to come to save him. And he wants to try to survive till his last breath. At night itself, he saw an island in front from where light was coming. He thought that maybe this island is nearby. If he swims to there, he will reach quickly. But when he started swimming, he came to know that there is no island here, and the light that he was seeing must be 20 to 22 kilometers away from here. But he continued to go towards the shore. But the waves of water were still going in the opposite direction of the island. So no matter how hard he tried, he would go away from the shore instead of going towards it. He had no problem on the first night, and on the second night he started having hallucinations. Whatever was going on in his mind, he saw the same thing in front of him. It was as if he had come out of the ocean. He saw a shop in front of him where he was trying to buy food items. But when he came out of this illusion, he found nothing but a solution, because he was still in the middle of the sea in the middle of the night. He started remembering old things. He was thinking, why did he come here? He remembered what his wife had said in the morning, that he should not go. The weather is not good at this time, and he did not listen to a single word, and he is seeing the result of this with his own eyes. Somehow the second day has also come, and it is morning. That means today is the third day. His body had become heavy due to staying in water for the last 3 days. That is why he separated the oxygen cylinder from the body, because now he did not need oxygen. He was trying to escape since the morning of the third day, when he saw some movement in the water. When he looked around, he found out that there is something here which is equal in size, because the truth was also something like this, because a shark is moving around him. But as soon as he saw the shark coming closer to him, he started running away from there. At the same time, he stirred up the water in such a way that the fish in front would think that the fish he was chasing was also with him. Time was spent in all these things. But later he realized that the water had become completely calm. This meant only one thing: maybe the shark had run away from there, and this was not the whole truth. The shark had not gone far from there. It had gone inside the water, but Robert felt a sense of peace as he could not see the shark. Then he kept waiting for the rescue team to arrive the whole time, except that he should also do something to save himself. He had not drunk even a sip of seawater since the rain. Due to this, the body had become dehydrated. He tried to drink the salty water of the sea many times, but he could not do so. As time passed, his health kept deteriorating. After noon, he accepted that now he can never get out of here, so he wanted to kill himself by drowning himself. He did this many times. He took his body inside the water many times, and how could anyone kill himself? He would take himself out of the water after submerging himself in it several times. This way the third day passed and night passed, which means he had spent many hours in the water. Till now neither did the rescue team come to save him, nor did he see any island nearby where he could go and get help. On the third night, he did not have enough energy in his body to even swim to stay alive. His eyes were closing again and again. In these last 3 days, Robert had gone about 60 kilometers away from the shore, where there was no island anywhere near. Finally, the third night also passed somehow. It was morning, and on the third day his wife again wanted the rescue team to let him go. So the Coast Guards again started a rescue mission to find him. For this, some Coast Guards went out in the sea with a boat. At the same time his wife was also on the shore. In these last 3 days, she had accepted that Robert would not be alive now, but still she wanted him to go. Even if he is not alive, his dead body should be found. In the morning when Robert regained consciousness, he found that he was still alive because he had slept the whole night, but because of his suit he was floating safely in the water. He had given up last night thinking that he would not survive. In the morning he again started trying to survive. But he did not know that today was the last day of his struggle. Around 11 o'clock he saw that a boat was coming towards him. He also went to the guard, and they reached him without any further delay. In this way, after being stranded in the sea for 4 days, Robert was finally rescued. After bringing him in the boat, the Coast Guard saw that his health was very bad. Now without any delay, he immediately left for the shore for treatment and was admitted to the hospital as soon as possible, where it was found that he was suffering from hypothermia. Also, due to not drinking water, his entire body had become dehydrated. In this video, it is talked about some people who were running away in a plane to escape from the tribe people, but on the way the plane crashed in the middle of a desert. After this crash some of the people survived, but the tribe people reached there to kill them. Thanks for watching this video.